This is the start of Panda. I'm going to build a bomb disposal robot, and I'm starting with this running chassis. It's a prototype, and one of the key things about building prototypes and experimental things is to try and reuse stuff. So here I am. I'm going to start with a rolling chassis that I already have, which is this Axial AX10 Scorpion rock crawler. And this is going to be the base for my robot. So I just remove the body. You no longer need that. And what we have is a nice four-wheel drive chassis. It's got good suspension, steering, and so on. Now, in order to build a robot on that sort of thing, we need a bit more space to work. So we start off by putting on a platform that is going to hold all the electronics and stuff. So this is an aluminium sheet, a bit chopped out at the front, and we're going to fit that on here. These are earth wires that are bolted onto the chassis. So the aluminium plate acts as a general earth for the whole thing. This is the basic the base for the robot arm, made of Lego, and this is going to be robot arm operated by this motor, low geared motor, and the Lego platform is held in place by a couple of bolts. So that's the basis for the robot arm, which is going to be rotated by this motor to keep the electronics from rattling around. You have a big Lego plate. Right, that's good. So we've now got a solid base on which to put electronics, and with lots of room for various controllers and things. So we've already got a battery in here. We've got a battery to drive this motor, the drive motor. Now we need some batteries for electronics, and what I've got here are a couple of battery packs. So this is a battery pack containing a 18650 batteries in a set of 4, and with a bus put on there. That's basically a load of pins connected together so that all those are earth pins and all those are live pins. So it produces 5 volts, which is what we need for logic. That's computers such as the Raspberry Pi and various controllers. So we'll stick that on with blue tack. Blue tack is wonderful stuff. It's better than glue because you can change your mind. And on this kind of development, you're going to change your mind a lot. So we stick one of those on there. And we've got a different battery supply for the motor, for the various motors, and that's because motors produce lots of sparks and noise on the electrical circuits, and we need to separate the motor power from the computer power. So we've got two battery packs, two main battery packs. We'll connect them to earth. Now we need our Raspberry Pi. So this is Raspberry Pi Model 2. Attached to it is ADC Pi Plus. This does, well, it's called an analog to digital converter. What it's used for is to measure voltages. So this sits on here somewhere. I've attached it to some bits of Lego so it's easier to stick in place. So there we go. Stick that on there, and we can get some power. Like that. So you've got the Raspberry Pi, and it has here a USB Wi-Fi adapter. I'm probably going to end up with a fair amount of stuff balanced on top of the batteries, so it's worth making a proper little platform put things on. And I can just blue tack that on top of the batteries, and I can attach other things to it. That's better. Need a bit more room to work there. Now the first thing that I'm going to attach to it is a voltmeter. It's actually a digital readout, so I can put that in there and it will measure the voltage coming out of this battery. So now we're ready to turn it on. And turn on this one first. It's not actually connected to anything yet, but it's got 5 volts on it, looks good. Turn this one on. And the lights start to come on the Raspberry Pi as it boots up. At the moment it's not connected to anything, but it is connected to my PC using tight VNC. So I can actually control it from here. Right, that's all working. So I can now shut down from my PC.